Hi Libra, welcome back. So Libra, this is going to be your July you versus them reading. I'm going to go back and forth between you and the person you are connecting with during this time frame. Keep in mind that the person you may be connecting with can be platonic or intimate, and it can also be interchangeable because it is a general reading, okay? So the shared energy or karma within this connection is all about the ascendant during this time frame. Okay, so this is talking about your worldview and the worldview of the person you are connecting with, the similarities and differences being highlighted during this time frame. It's also about how you express yourself, your attitude, and that being reflected back to you and or this person or both. This is seeing the likenesses by seeing the differences, so to speak, Libra. So interesting message to get us started. Let's see where this is headed and what your overall energy is here, Libra. Let's see. Card for Libra. So you have the Eight of Swords and the Knight of Cups. You actually had two cards come out. So this is highlighting spirituality in this deck, okay? But I always see this as being somewhat emotional. But then you have the Eight of Swords here, which is all about restriction. So I feel like some of you are kind of restricting how you really feel, okay? For whatever reason that may be, Libra, we'll see. But it has something to do with, like I said, your outlook onto this connection. So let's see what this person's energy is. And they have the World. Okay, so this person may be completing out some cycles or chapters in their life. It talks about success. So I think this person is wanting to be successful in the outcome, whatever the outcome is, right? But this person also has a history of repeating patterns, more than likely. Okay, so let's dive deep and see. Now, I'm going to go into the recent past energy, Libra, and then I am going to go into perception of each other, your genuine wants and desires, any blockages in the connection, and then the energy moving forward, okay? So let's see for my Libra's recent past energy here. Recent past, give me 3 cards. Okay. So Libra, you have the Knight of Cups again, and it came out in the reverse. Okay, so that's kind of a repeat of what I said earlier than the Three of Swords. Okay. And then the Queen of Cups. I almost thought this was the World card before I got the full picture of it. So you yourself may be going through some cycles or a repeating cycle for some of you on an emotional level, all right? And the reason why I say that is because here again you have the Knight of Cups. It's in the reverse, which is the equivalent of these two cards. So this is restricting how you feel. Either not acknowledging how you genuinely feel to yourself and or not expressing it to someone else for whatever reason. So I feel like that was in the past energy coming into the now. I feel like there is hurt here, you know. This is what I get, Libra. It's like, you know, when you feel such a strong emotion that you know if you open the floodgates right now that nothing good would come from what you would have to say because you're coming from such an emotional space. And I think some of you, you know, understood that about yourself, and so you decided to take the higher road and maybe be silent in your approach. And so by doing that, it also broke your own heart, so to speak, to stay silent, right? Because when we're feeling a really heavy emotion like that, Libra, it is our emotional compass that is speaking to us. And it could be really hard to ignore that compass, correct? But we also live in a world where we have to guide ourselves, not with just emotion, but also with logic. And what logically makes sense. And some of you had to make that decision here, and I think it was a very difficult one. Very difficult decision, okay? And that's in the past energy. For some of you, it may be playing out presently, but this energy is moving out. So that's the good news. So let's see what this person's recent past was, Libra. 7 of Wands. Judgment. The Emperor. The 6 of Swords in the reverse. Yeah, so Libra, the person that you are connecting with, they didn't want to hear it in the past. You know, they may have blocked you out or, you know, just been deaf to your point of view. You know, it's like now really wanting to hear anyone else's point of view other than it, unless it coincided with what they wanted to hear. Like that type of energy, that could be this person's persona in general. They you know, they protect their peace at all cost. So in that way, is it negative for someone to close something out that does not feel peaceful to them? No. But is it self-limiting sometimes if we go overboard with that? Yes. So I feel like this person took that stance because they don't want to be judged. You know, they wanted to be freed from this judgment here. Now, whether you were actually judging this person or not is irrelevant. They were judging themselves. That's absolutely sure. And, you know, Libra, when someone is a really harsh critic of themselves, if they get any sort of criticism from the external world, it doesn't take much, you know, for this person to go on the defense, right? Because they're already, it's like a fresh wound in there. And so you could say something that seems very mundane, something that seems very small to someone who's in this state, and they would take it very personally, you know, because it's a very, yeah, defensive stance. And this is in the past energy, but it could be part of just who they are, you know. Because I see that this person, they don't want to be led astray by their emotions. They also don't want to be manipulated with emotion. So if you had a very emotional approach with this person, it's not that they're not emotional, but they don't want to be, they don't want to feel like pulled along by that. You know what I'm saying? It's almost like this person has taken this stance of like, you are not going to pull at my emotional strings, okay? Because I'm the one in charge of me. And again, that could be positive and that could be negative depending on, I guess, this person's energy and where their intentions are coming from. So that I can't see just yet. We'll get into that. But yes, that is the coming into the now, okay? So let's look at perception, Libra. Perception. Now, keep in mind that your perception is not always the truth, but it's your truth. So you just kind of got to take it with a grain of salt, and then we'll go into the deep emotions, all right? So your perception of the connection is the Death card here. The Page of Coins in the reverse, and the Knight of Swords. So, Libra, I feel like when you think about this connection, or and how you view this connection, I mean, for some of you, it's just over. It's over, it's over, it's over. You see no potential, and you don't plan on communicating at all or again. Or you may have blocked communication because the Knight of Swords is facing the opposite direction of the person you are dealing with. All right, so that's a big group of you. Or if you're not completely done with this person, if for the time being, you have found that it is best to keep your emotions to yourself, whether those emotions are positive or negative, just because, yeah, you just made that decision. For each of you, it'll be different. We'll get to the core intentions here in a moment. But I just feel like you know that this connection needs to change in order for there to be some sort of potential. But right now, you're just not really seeing that in this connection. You're not really seeing that in this person. You kind of view this in a bit of a negative way, Libra. Which, be cautious with that, right? Don't bring your own bias into it. Not saying you don't have a reason to see this person in a negative way, but make sure that I guess that you're not letting that negative emotion consume you if that is what you're feeling. All right. Now, not all of you see it in a negative way. It's just that, you know, there has to be a change for there to be a potential, and you're not seeing that. So, yep. And that's not forever and ever, amen. That's right now. That's this next few weeks, right? So let's see. What is this person's perception of you? The Six of Pentacles, the Ace of Cups, the Four of Swords, the Seven of Pentacles, and the Four of Pentacles in the reverse. So this is interesting because their perception is not lining up with yours. But, you know, that's not uncommon, right? That's how fragile perception is, if you think about it. So this person sees the connection as something that they want to generously give their love, their time, their energy to, that they feel is worth investing in, that they dream about, that they are having difficulty letting go of. But I think that this person, especially if you've let this person go, they know that, even though they see all of this. So they see all of this potential here. Within the connection, okay, or within themselves for some of you, within you. But they also know that something's been let go or needs to be let go, and that could be them doing it or you, but I see it as you. So it's interesting, right? Because I feel like this person, they were really holding on, okay, to their point of view, and I saw that in the past. They were being quite stubborn here. Leading up into this moment, quite stubborn. So that's why it's surprising to me to see that this person sees all this potential in the connection, because looking at their behavior up until now, you would not think that, right? Because that was not what they were showing. That's not the way that they were expressing. So it's really interesting then to see that there's love here, and it's not even potential for them. They feel like you can give them something. You can give them love, you know, or that's available to them, or they want to give that to you, Libra, for some of you. So that's perception of how you each view the connection. So let's go into the core, right? Underneath that perception, a level deeper. What is the genuine feelings and desires that Libra holds for themselves in this connection? For Libra, the Star, okay. The Eight of Pentacles in the reverse. Yeah, saw that coming. Okay, and then the Moon in the reverse, the Three of Cups in the reverse, Faith in the upright, and the King of Swords. This message was so clear as a bell. So it's like this, Libra. You no longer plan to put any time and energy or dedication towards, I think, this connection, because I don't think that you see the potential. I don't think you see the growth that you wanted to see. I think you're releasing your emotional pull towards this person is lessening. You're more interested in your own well-being and healing yourself and being independent and free to do what you want. I think that you've taken this stance internally, Libra, that if you give all of this up, if you stop paying so much attention to this connection or this person, or trying to put time and energy into it, and you stop investing those emotions there, then, and of course that would mean a reconciliation wouldn't come, or you're not looking for that. You're not looking to reconcile at this moment. You're having faith that by taking your attention and averting it away from that and putting it onto what you hope for and what you want, then as long as you keep that faith, you will get freed from this mental prison that you have inadvertently put yourself in by overthinking this connection. And so at the core, Libra, I feel like that's on an emotional level what you have decided to be true for you at this moment. So, you know, and anytime there's cards in reverse, that means that there's potential. But if you don't grab the potential, and I see that you don't want to, at least during this time frame, then it just stays just as that, a potential, a neutral outcome. But say you change your mind, Libra, and you decide, okay, I'm healed enough and I have faith in my ability to control myself, and so yes, I will pull this together and get back in touch with my emotions and be willing to work and see things from all angles. You would pull in a different outcome. Actually, sorry, you would pull in the same outcome, even though your approach would be different. So you may be asking yourself, what is the correct approach? Both. What feels the best to you? Does it feel best to just cut this off and focus on yourself, and you can do that, then do that? Or does it feel best to you to continue to emotionally invest and try and see it from all points of view, and having faith that it will be what you want it to be? You will know which one feels best to you. Okay, so some of you are watching this and you're like, I'm done, been done. That's your answer. Okay, some of you are still on the fence, you know, or this connection may be a connection that is in existence in your life, you know, so you have to interact with this person, and therefore you may choose to try and still dedicate some time and energy to it. Okay. And then also you would know if that was you. Okay, so let's see how this person genuinely feels at the core. Libra, how do they genuinely feel at the core for my Libras? I have the 10 of Wands here. The Ace of Swords. 9 of Pentacles. And the Strength card. So Libra, this person, they love to be alone. They like to be alone. See, that's what gets me, is this person, they want to call the shots, right? They don't want to be judged. Yeah, want to be in control. They see all this potential here in the connection. But yet they deep down on their emotional level, they still feel like they're alone, that they need to do this alone. Or there's some heavy burdens here that this person is carrying around on a very heavy and emotional level, because this is a very dark energy. Could be a very heavy emotion where like someone self-isolates almost, and that's their way of running things through their mind. Okay. I think this person genuinely wants clarity. For some of you, communication. But I also feel that they stopped waiting for that. If you're in separation for this person, they have given up hope on that if you're in separation. And they have started putting time into themselves and their health or career or other parts of their life, okay? And they're actually finding strength in doing that, which is raising their vibration up, which is a good thing. It's a good thing, okay? That's what you want, right? If you're not in separation, then this person is they just have a lot of heaviness, a lot of shit that they need to sift out in their brain, and they'll arrive to their conclusion. So I agree with you, Libra, that it's not really your job to insert self and tell this person how to feel, because they wouldn't listen to you anyways. Because they want to make their own mind up, genuinely and truthfully, you know, and they want to be free to have the ability to do that. And they feel that they are strong enough to do that. They have confidence in themselves. Yeah, they're finding the strength here. So what are the blockages then? Possible blockages for Libra. They had the Queen of Swords, which is your energy. It came out in the reverse. Talk about a blockage. Well, you don't want to come toe-to-toe with the Queen of Swords, okay, in the reverse. And Libra, you know what I mean, right? So what would get in your way during this time frame is to lose control of your mouth, all right? Especially if you're coming from an emotionally hurt place or an overwhelmed place. All right, so Libra, you know that you are, I think, one of the kindest zodiac signs, and that you always try to see things from everybody's point of view. And I love that about Libra. But if you have decided someone has crossed a boundary with you, you can be very direct. And this is saying that that would serve as a blockage during these next few weeks, so don't go there, all right? So King of Cups is in this person's blockage. This is their emotional well-being in their blockage, and or the lack thereof. This person has some emotional stuff going on that they are needing to get enlightenment from, that they have not gotten yet, and that's why they take the approach that they do, this defensive approach, because they're not sure. They're unsure about self. That's got nothing to do with you. Now, it may seem in the everyday world that it has something to do with you or someone else, but it doesn't. It's an internal job. This person's emotional well-being is only ever about themselves, just like your emotional well-being is only ever about you. So let's see what the most likely future outcome is then, Libra. And keep in mind that the future outcomes can be changed with free will, okay? You are in charge of your life. I'm just giving you a snapshot. So you had a bunch of cards come out. Page of Cups, Eight of Swords. There's the Eight of Swords again. The Tree of Life, the Seven of Cups. Okay. So, like I said, Libra, it's going to be really easy for you to be triggered emotionally, I think, especially from this person, but in general, for the next few weeks or so. And we are in a retrograde. So, you know, you don't want to be going overboard in a retrograde for lots of reasons. Usually you will regret it. But I feel like there's a trigger here, all right? And now I have a song in my head. It's Banana Clip by Miguel. You made me trigger happy. It's a good song. Banana clip from my love for you. You make me trigger happy. It's basically about being triggered by love, okay? Whether that be positive or negative, but all the same. So I feel like Libra, in the future energy, you're going to want to really be cautious of that, okay? Because I see this little piece of you that really wants to say your piece and or take the lower road, so to speak, because you're coming from a place where emotionally you don't really know just yet what it is that you would say that would be good or in your highest good. Okay, so they say if you don't know what to say, it's best to say nothing at all until you are ready. And then there's the Tree of Life and Seven of Cups. So Libra, I feel like this is saying, you know, look at all of the different aspects of yourself in this connection before making any leaps, because there's things that you don't know yet. All right, there's still emotional confusion here, but if you look at the bigger picture, you can clearly see, you know, how this led to this and this led to this, and how your reaction caused that reaction. If you look back in your life, not even just within this connection, you can easily see how your attitude affects the attitude of those in your surroundings. And so if you know that, and I know you know that, Libra, then think about your approach, okay? Or lack thereof. And I see most of you are going to have lack thereof, but let me get one more card. What's the Seven of Cups? Oh, or a million more cards. Like, what the heck? Okay. I just wanted one more card again. So yeah, focus on your stability, and I think just because you're an air sign, so it's really hard for you to hold emotion. And please know, I'm not saying hold your emotion and express it, but express it to people that it's safe to express to during this time frame if you need to. I think that you're trying to be patient, but you are you know, kind of getting in your own head. You are going to get insight during this time frame, and there will be answers that come in a change in the situation as soon as you let go of needing to do anything about it, to be quite honest with you, other than to reflect on yourself and how you want to handle it when it naturally comes around again, because it will. So let's see what's on this person's side then, Libra. Ooh, here you are. You're on their side. Well, you might not be on their side, but you know what I mean. Your card is showing up over here. The Justice card, the Page of Wands, in their future outcomes. So this person wants justice, that's for sure. They want balance. So they may take this very playful approach, like, I didn't do that, I'm fine, it's good, it's all good, you know. Like, this person may downplay the situation or their part in it, so to speak. And that's not gonna fly. That's not gonna fly, because really, here's that defensiveness again. Here's that defensiveness again, right? So it's like this person gets some balance and they kind of loosen up a little bit. And like I said, if they're in this loose energy, they may try to play down their emotional self or their actions or behavior. But it's almost like, do you believe me? You know, or then right after they do that, they go back on the defense, because perhaps, you know, your reaction or lack thereof reaction was not what this person was looking for. So they get protective, they get guarded, because again, this person is already judgmental towards themselves internally. So it doesn't take much, okay, to put this person on guard, despite their intentions being good, so to speak, or their perception of the connection being good. So, yep. Yep. What'd I say? This person's very emotional, being very sensitive during this time frame. All right. So are you, but in different ways. So that's what I have for you, Libra. I'm going to leave it there. I hope that you found that insightful. Please do let me know in the comments down below. Also, the zodiac signs you could be dealing with, keep in mind it could be any zodiac sign. As long as the reading resonated, it's for you. It's just a general reading. I only name off the zodiac signs because you guys like that. But I have Aries here, Libra, could be dealing with another Libra, Leo, Pisces, Libra, Aquarius, Taurus, Scorpio, Pisces, could be Gemini. I said Aquarius, Pisces again. Yes, So those are the zodiac signs I see predominantly, but take it as it resonates. Also, check out my Facebook and my Instagram, linked in my description box below, as well as the About tab on my YouTube. You can catch me live there if you're interested in that. Also, you can check out my merchandise by clicking on any of the t-shirts below. It'll take you into my shop. Wishing you the best, Libra. Until next time, my friends. Namaste. Bye.